Hello everybody, Papa Blueshirt here. I'm going to plant my cabbage for the 28th time in the same soil. How do I do it? Stay tuned for this episode. Hello everyone, if you've been following along, I've been planting over and over and over in the same soil. I planted a thing of cabbage way back, and I just keep using the soil over and over and over, and I harvest it and then I replant it right away. There's those who say you got to take it out and you got to sanitize the trays and you got to have new soil and all that stuff, and I said no, you don't need to do all that. Especially for your own home use, this is the easiest and the most inexpensive way to grow microgreens. And my hair's all messed up, but I don't care. Anyways, here we go. All right, here's my cabbage here. Let me get a tray here. Get a tray here. And let's go ahead and cut this. This over here, I just uncovered it, and that's why it looks so strange. But you can see here, here's a cabbage seed that made it through the last time, and it didn't get cut the last time around. I think I'll leave him grow. We'll see what he does next time. Anyways, let's go ahead and cut this. The 28th time this will be that I planted this. I actually planted this a little bit light this time because cabbage has a way of sweating, and I like to give it some nice air movement underneath there. But even though I did that, this is all wet under here. But anyways, that gives it a little bit of room to get a little bit of air in there. And so this is what it looks like. The 27th time I've cut this. Same tray with the same soil. And there's what we got. Got a nice little harvest here. We'll take it up, and the wife will use that in some kind of a soup or something, or she'll throw some on the salads. And try to get all these that drop when I cut. Try to get the ones that don't have no roots on it, because the wife don't like the roots. She don't like all the dirt and having to dig through it all. So I try to make it as clean as possible. Alrighty. There's my nice little harvest. And then what you do is you just go through. What I've been doing is I've just been pulling up a lot of these. You can either take, I got some bent scissors here, and you can take it and you can just cut the whole thing just like you're giving it a haircut, and that works real good. But you can also just pull it up, grow really loose like cabbage and turnips and things like that. You can pull it out pretty fast. And the trick of pulling it out is just to pull out a few at a time. If you grab a big handful, it'll just take a big hunk of dirt along with it. It ain't no big deal if it does take a little bit of dirt, but that helps it so you don't take as much. And what I got is a bucket under here that I just keep throwing them in. And this bucket down here will have eggs in it. It'll have worms. And once it gets full to the top, then I'll dump it in my worm bin. The worms are happy to get it. But doing it like this, you take out a little bit of the soil each time, so it should make it so I can keep doing this for a longer period of time, because it pulls out a little bit of the dirt each time. And it's not as fast as probably doing a whole new tray. It's taking a little longer here because I'm doing it for the video, and that's what makes this process work, is I put the red worms in my trays. This tray, when I started, probably had 50 or 60 worms in it. And what happens is the worms, they get up there and they eat all the mold and all the icky stuff. And I never have problems with mold anymore. I mean, you can see, and look at the dirt, looks like brand new yet. It's because every time I plant, I do a new layer on there. And what's underneath the layer, the worms will eat. And they'll even come up on top, you know, when the light's off, and eat anything that they want on top also. But the biggest thing is they get what's underneath. And it turns into like a really nice base. It's got a mixture of old cuttings and worm castings, and it just does really nice. So then I just go through here and get all the little stragglers, and you don't have to be real particular. I basically just cut them down because I don't want them to get in the food the next time. Otherwise, you could just leave them. It's no big deal. Because all this will act as food for our worms. And then we'll leave this one here just to see what it does for next time. Alrighty. Then I'll take some of my seed starter. I use a special seed starter. I'll leave a link for that down in the description. I've tried peat moss and it don't seem like it works as well. This is a coconut based seed starter, and they mix some other things in with it, and it just seems to be the exact thing that you need for growing. Yeah, I just put a thin layer of that on there. Then I take a 2x4 and just smooth things out real nice. And look at there. We got a new thing that we can plant again. Isn't that nice? Got a few things sticking up here and there, but that don't matter. Alrighty. Then I have these little shakers. I get these from Dollar Tree, and once the stuff that's in them is used up, I'll use them for shakers. It really makes it easy to plant. One of the easiest ways to plant. I used to take it out and try to throw the seeds by hand, and it just didn't seem to work very well. And this way you can get it just how you want it. Act like you're salting your food. Then I take this board and I push in the seeds just a little bit. And I just water everything. Water in the seeds really good. Now this I'll only water on the top just the once. Something I've been doing in the wintertime that I didn't have to do in the summertime. In the summertime I would just leave this and it would grow fine. But I'm finding in the wintertime it's a little bit dry in here, and the seeds don't germinate as good. So what a lot of people do is they put a tray on top, but with these split trays like this, it's not real handy to do it that way unless you have a bunch of extra trays around. So what I did, some old carpet that I use on my worm bins, I buy these from Dollar King. I buy these from Burger King. I buy these from Rural King and Dollar Tree. And it's $1 and I can make 2 or 3 of them out of them. And I just set these on here like so. And that'll keep the moisture in right at the seed. And what also happens is the worms, they get up and they'll crawl around all on the top here. And then once it gets this high here, like it is here, I take it off, and you can see it was green around the edges, and it actually pushed it up, you know, like 1/2 inch or 1 inch. I would encourage you to leave this on. Don't be peeking underneath here, because if you do, when you pull it up, the roots won't be deep enough, and they'll come up along with it, and so that'll cause problems. So what I do is I wait till it's up this high. Once it starts to push it off, then you're safe and you can pull it off of there. But that's how I do that. And like I said, that was the 28th time. Wow. Alrighty, well, I marked the label, put cabbage on it, and put the date on it, and then I put the number 28. So next time it'll be 29. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go doing this, but so far it's been working out really well. And you do the math, it takes me 10 or 11 days in between planting, so, and I've done it 28 times, so yeah, 280 days. So I mean, that's getting a long time. I'm for sure going to be able to do it for a year at least. And yeah, that saves a lot of money. Saves me a lot of money, and that's what I do this for. You know, I do this so I can it can be cheaper, and I do it because I want to make sure that my stuff is clean. I have an app. I'll try to leave a link to it down below. But I have an app that tells you all the recalls on food in America, and it seems like every week there's recalls on lettuce, and it's just, I couldn't eat it anymore with good conscience, because I was always afraid something was going to happen to me when I ate it. So that's why I started this channel, and that's why I started growing like this. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and please subscribe and put a bell on. Hit that bell so when I put up a video, you'll know and you can see how long I go with this. Alrighty. Funny, as I'm talking here, I get a pet food recall. Yeah, that app that I have, it shows you food recall for you and for your pets, and that is kind of neat. So yeah, I'll have to check that out because we have a dog. I'll make sure we're not feeding him something that's going to make him sick. Alrighty, this is Papa Bouchard. Thanks for watching.